Okay, today's game is Tattoo Assassins. I love rare prototypes and things playing them. And some of them are actually good, like Time Diver Eon, man, that was a joy to play. It's a shame they didn't release it. Unfortunately, this game is not so. It's terrible. Alright, yes, this is a man in a diaper you're about to see here. That's right, a midget in a diaper. Isn't that great? Alright, here's the fighter select screen. This is obviously Mortal Kombat ripoff. You got digitized actors, like a Nancy Kerrigan ripoff, a Johnny Cage / Kid Vid ripoff, your basic Yakuza guy, and a stripper. Look at that. Alright, now here you get to pick one special move to put like on a quick use button, which is kind of strange because they tried to use the Mortal Kombat setup, except I think they replaced low punch, I believe it was, with the special move button. Unfortunately, most of these moves aren't really any good. CPU algorithm is definitely not finished. I mean, I could just jump kick and walk in and punch for most of the match and get pretty much anything I need to done, which is finishing playing as soon as possible because this game is awful. They tried to rip Mortal Kombat, but they did a bad job. One thing is character speed. Like, your characters move at such a slow pace. In Mortal Kombat, at least, you know, they gave them enough frames where they could move at a decent speed. Actually, I have no idea if frames has anything to do with that, but we'll say it does. Walking speed's terrible in this. Also, look at this. I can just sit here and block, and that CPU would let the time run out and let me win by default. You gonna move? Huh? Sitting there blocking. Let's try moving. Yeah? Yeah? No? Okay. Apparently they only respond to attacks, not enemy movement. The vision's probably based on attack movement or something. That little purple smoke ball is the move that I registered to the quick use button. Fortunately, it doesn't help very much because as soon as someone CPU sees that coming, they're just going to move. Now, they advertise lots of fatalities in this game. Most of the time, you can just get one by pressing random buttons. Like, that one is just blocked like 27 times, and her head flies off for no reason. That's the last boss. I guess they thought it would be really, like, witty if he came up and you thought you were going to fight him, and then he says not before every round. In fact, he even says that before you fight him, which is funny. And whoever decided to put that whooping monkey sound effect in here had to listen to that. That's awful. There's about 2 different songs in this game if you count this one with the monkey holler in it. This guy's the Johnny Cage of the game, I guess. His bio says that he's a computer mercenary who surfs the net for the highest bidder. I wonder how much you make as a cyber mercenary. Maybe I should try that out. God, awful. Sometimes the CPU just goes into lockdown mode. Well, anyway, if you've seen any of my videos on my Omega Red 37 account, you'll know I love to play the secret characters, and as terrible as this game is, it's no exception. So now I'm going to switch over to playing as one of the boss characters, Prism. Alright, I'm playing as a boss, and look at this guy. He's made of crystal, slow walking. He should hit pretty hard, right? Well, no. Somehow I got his special move button to work. The other characters, it doesn't work with them. But look at this guy. He has like one punch, no kicks.
Round 1.
Alright, now let's play as the other one, Rhino, which is one of the most disturbing things I've ever seen. Like, I remember one of the boss characters, the block button didn't even work. So apparently you were going to be able to play as these guys at one point, but they never finished them Probably because they never finished the game.
Get up and fight!
Also, every character draws from about the same pool of voice clips, so it's not uncommon to hear like female characters say stuff guys say. Like Luke's the only character in the Navy in the game, but you'll hear other characters say Navy rule sometimes. Look at that great stance there by Rhino. Cheap attack! Now this is embarrassing, I will admit how I treated the CPU in this game, but it's Tattoo Assassin, what are you gonna do? I'm actually somewhat better at other fighting games.
I thought you could fight.
Maybe we'll do Children of the Atom, that's a good fighting game. X-Men, Children of the Atom. Alright, now here's the third boss, DK. You see what they did there with the name? That's pretty clever, huh? DK. He has a special move where he actually like uses pieces of himself to throw at you, but I couldn't get it to work. Like I said, the special button wasn't working for most of these boss characters. Also, the stage is definitely a rip-off of the Cathedral stage in Mortal Kombat 3. Oh, and that guy's Nightwolf, by the way. It's gotta be the most stereotypical Indian character ever. You know, this game was written by the people, well, not the people, the guy who wrote Back to the Future wrote this. And I just got beat by Nightwolf. He's a tough character, what can I say? Let's try again. Do or die. Guess they tried to be cool by having something else besides fight at the beginning of each round. Like there's one that's kind of rare, but it'll actually say make nice, which is somewhat odd. And despite this one being a rip-off, most of the other stages, as you've no doubt seen, are utter crap. Like there's one that's coming up in a minute when I play as the final boss. It's just like a tiled floor. Alright, here we go. I'm playing as the final boss now, Coldan. Just has like clawed hands, look like they tried to combine the guy from Nightmare on Elm Street with Shao Kahn or something. And for being the final boss, he's not very imposing. It's a playable character anyway. You know, unless you have a Tattoo Assassin cabin hidden somewhere, one of the two that exist, and you know the secret push button unreleased codes, assuming there are one, you'll need MAME cheats to play as these guys, but you can find them in a Pugsy's cheat file. Just Google Pugsy's cheats. Should be one of the first links you see. I thought you could fight. Like, what is that room supposed to be? Oh, and he auto-fatalities too, so you don't get to do it yourself. Despite this being a crappy game, it's now time for Terensu's tips. Play this just to see how terrible it is, if anything. It's worth a laugh. And it just goes to show you what happens when people try to make quick cash-ins. This is Terensu signing off.
You weak, pathetic fool.